Hello once again to all you supporters of classic film and television. I'm Noel Cronin and welcome to my personal selection from the many great new films and shows coming your way over the next fortnight on Talking Pictures TV. And what a cast list we have for you. The parade of talent is astonishing. Ronnie Barker, Bernard Cribbins, Ronnie Stevens, Millicent Martin, Eric Portman, Sally Gray, Keith Chegwin and Honor Bachman twice. You're in great company, and whether it's music, laughter, suspense or adventure you're after, we have it all. But let's begin with some good old-fashioned variety entertainment. The TV variety show was a weekend staple back in the day, but how was each episode put together? The extremely rare 1964 documentary The Dream Machine answers these questions as we follow producer Francis Essex, who creates a show with a cast to die for. Honor Blackman, Millicent Martin, Dora Bryan and Cleo Lane. If anyone could put together such a top-class show, it was Francis Essex. Francis was a scriptwriter and composer of stage musicals, as well as a producer and TV executive. The Dream Machine will also give us some insight into what a producer actually does. One you don't want to miss. For another gathering of truly fine talent, you really must watch A Home of Your Own. This 1965 comedy short stars a veritable who's who of comedy acting. Ronnie Barker, Peter Butterworth, Bernard Cribbins and many more. The 1960s was a time of prosperity. A young couple could afford to buy themselves a beautiful architect-designed new-build home. And who were the people behind the building of these homes? Well, if they were Ronnie Barker and Bernard Cribbins, maybe things didn't go quite to plan. Producer Bob Kellett said the inspiration for the film came when he and the writers saw an overblown promotional film for a building company. They wanted to show what it was really like on site, endless tea breaks, disasters and all. Perhaps you'll be watching A Home of Your Own in a house just like the one in the film. Well done then on the fact your house is still standing. Time now for not one but two fantastic films from our friends at the Children's Film Foundation. Saturday Morning Pictures wouldn't be the same without them. The Piper's Tune, made in 1962, was set in the Napoleonic Wars of the early 19th century. As the film's introduction tells us, Napoleon has conquered most of Europe, but the brave could escape to safety across the dangerous mountain passes known only to the locals. You might recognise the name of the director, Muriel Box. She was the UK's most prolific female director. She loves stories about strong female characters, and I think we can agree the young girls in The Piper's Tune definitely fit the bill. 1975's Robin Hood Jr. stars a very familiar face as a fresh-faced Lincoln green-clad archer. Yes, it's Keith Chegwin, leading a band of children protecting a young Maid Marian from her wicked uncle in this clever reimagining of the Robin Hood legend. You might recognise Allington Castle in Kent, which is even now regularly used as a film set. This was 18-year-old Keith Chegwin's last major acting role. Once again, Keith takes his rightful place as part of your Saturday morning viewing. My thanks to all of you who write in and tell us how much you enjoy Talking Pictures TV. It's lovely that you take the time out of your day to do this. I know we've really been enjoying The Brothers and have been reading about the cast and filming locations. We found out the programme was very popular indeed in the Netherlands when it was first aired. It was shown there as the Hammonds, and at some point someone decided it may be a good idea to produce a Christmas album, with the cast singing some Xmas tunes. It was released in 1976 as Christmas with the Hammonds, and did fairly well in the Dutch LP chart. Absolutely fascinating stuff. Thanks all for a terrific service. Kind regards, Martin and Julia Inga from Burton-upon-Trent. Sadly, most of the cast are no longer with us, but we are still trying to find any of the members that are still around. And if we're successful, we'll do our best to bring them to you. Account Rendered, made in 1957, is the kind of film we adore here at Talking Pictures TV. A taut British crime drama with excellent cast that keeps you guessing until the end. When a woman is murdered on Hampstead Heath, her husband falls under suspicion, but isn't the only person with a motive. The investigating officer is played by Ewan Solon, who you'll know as Sergeant Lucas to the Rupert Davis Maigret. But can he find the real murderer here? Also in the cast is John Van Essen, who was best known for playing Jonathan Harker in Hammer's The First Dracula film. See if you can identify the murderer before Ewan Solon and Scotland Yard. My final choice today is another top-class British film with a brilliant cast. This time from that greatest of decades, the 1940s. The Mark of Cain, directed by Brian Desmond Hurst, stars Eric Portman, Sally Gray, Patrick Holt and Dermot Walsh. Itself based on the real-life murder case of Florence Maybrick. Yes, another spouse bites the dust, and this time there's a wife under suspicion. Co-star Eric Portman is an actor who pops up on our channel regularly. This son of Halifax is certainly one of my favourite actors, and it's always a pleasure to bring a new film from him to Talking Pictures TV. And in The Mark of Cain, he doesn't disappoint. Thank you for joining me once again for this small selection of the many fantastic films and shows coming up on the channel over the next fortnight. Don't forget, there's plenty more. If you want to know more about what's happening at Talking Pictures TV, why not subscribe to our weekly newsletter, which drops into your mailbox every Sunday. If you'd like to write to me, you can get in touch via email at noel@talkingpicturestv.co.uk. If you prefer to put pen to paper, the address to write to is Talking Pictures TV, P.O. Box 592, Kings Langley, Hertfordshire, WD4 4DB. I'll be back with you very soon with more on what's coming up on Talking Pictures TV. So I'll see you at the Saturday morning pictures so we can battle with that pesky usherette. See you then.